Next, we're pleased to welcome the VP of Trading and Institutional Sales at Bitso. That's Latin America's largest cryptocurrency exchange, co-founder of the Top Money Report, the only investment report in Spanish that covers cryptocurrencies, startups, precious metals, currencies, and stocks. Please welcome Jose Rodriguez.
Thank you. So that was an amazing talk about Monero. I like Monero. And I think it's the first time that I know someone that's a Monero maximalist, this guy. But do look into that technology. It's awesome. So yeah, my name is Jose Rodriguez. I work at Bitso. Bitso, we're the largest exchange in Latin America. Besides that, I also am a partner in other fintech and Bitcoin companies. I started my career in Bitcoin, my first companies in 2013. I have had different companies in Latin America and other places in the world. And before that, I also was in financial markets, so stockbrokers, Wall Street, Mexico, the United States. And my talk here is most about what are the risks and how can you lose really your money, and not risk and and fraud, not personally, but as a system. And what is amazing about Bitcoin and all of these technologies is that, yeah, it can work as an investment, it can work as money, it can work to send value, it can work as a lot of things, but it's also a technology, and it's a technology that's ever-changing, and that makes people think what money and value really is, and created a better system of money and value. Like, who has savings in a bank? Anyone? Who has savings in a bank? Almost anyone. Did you know that's not your money? Once it's in the bank, it's in the bank's ledger. And legally, the money is owned by the bank. The bank goes bankrupt, there's a bank run, anything happens, it's not your money, it's their money. It goes to their balance. You're not the owner of that. There are very few things that you are actually the owner. One of them is, of course, precious metal. You can have it. And unless government comes and take it out of you, it's yours. That's really your money. Property also depends on the law, because they can also tell you at one point, hey, I'm Mr. Government, I'm Venezuela, I'm whoever. Your property now is my property. Legally, I'll do it. And Bitcoin and all of these technologies, what is amazing about us is that they really give you the power and they really give you the value. And no matter what happens, it's always going to be yours, for good or for bad. For good, that you are the actual owner, and for bad, for example, there was recently in the news, Quadriga, $190 million lost, speculation, whatever, but for good or for bad, no one can take that money. No one can grab it. No one can do anything. It's there. You can see it. Everyone can see it, but you cannot take it. And one of the most amazing things for me, and Bitcoin is the only financial system in the world that hasn't been hacked and hasn't been defrauded. There is no fake Bitcoin. No one has been able to create a Bitcoin out of nothing. You can print paper money. You can print it unlimitedly. You can create money inside the balance and inside the systems of a stockbroker, of a bank, or any financial institutions. That's how frauds happen. You create inputs in a system, just type it in, and money gets created out of nothing, and that's how you create a fraud. Bitcoin, you cannot do that. It doesn't exist. So Bitcoin is a system that has been 10 years now existing, and it's the only financial system in the world that hasn't been falsified and that you cannot corrupt. A funny story, like I give talks to central banks and they hire me, and one time I was with people from monetary policy, giving them a workshop, and this person from monetary policy, she tells me like, hey, so why do people trust a system of money that got created out of nothing, that anyone can create or duplicate, that anyone can print, that anyone can manipulate, and that there is nothing backing it? Like, hold on, what are you talking about? The US dollar or the peso? Those are the systems that you can manipulate, that you can print unlimitedly. Not even the people inside the central banks know how much money is printed every day. Does someone know how much money got printed today? A lot. No one knows. And there's no reports. And what is great about Bitcoin and all these systems is that part of it is the transparency. Like, you know how Bitcoin is going to be, the supply, how it's going to be, how the economy is, every wallet. You have all these transparencies and all these systems that you don't have even in regular and in the most absurd financial markets in the world, even in the stock market. In the stock market, you are all day moving trillions of dollars, all day, every day. But you depend on their systems. You depend on, for example, in the United States called DTC, in Mexico, Indeval, and everyone like have all these different custodians. And it's only inputs typed into a system. They can be manipulated, and you can do whatever you want with them. Something that is great about the system is you can't. If you do a Bitcoin transfer, it's definite, and it happened, and you know you have the money. If you do a Fed or a SWIFT transfer, can be kicked back in 2, 3, 4, 5 days afterwards, can be lost in the way, no visibility, you don't know what's happening. That is the actual system. For us, for example, in Bitso, one of the great use cases is for people that send, for example, remittances. Remittances is, in Mexico, the biggest US dollar income in the world, in the country. It used to be oil. Mexico is one of the biggest exporters of oil, and United States is one of their biggest customers. Oil used to be #1 income in US dollars. Now it's remittances. It's people sending over money from all over the world, and if you want to send $20, $10, for most of people here, that is nothing, but for some Mexicans, that is the money that they need to survive and to eat. And without that, they probably won't be able to eat that day. Send $10, $20, $30. You cannot do that in a regular financial system. Or if you do it, it's going to be very, very expensive. You're going to send $20 and the cost is $10. What we do with this technology, and what was great, we do this integrations and implementations, so people can send, if they want to send 1 cent, you can send 1 cent. If you want to send US dollars to Mexican pesos, you can do it and you can transfer. So this type of technology is amazing. Even if you want speculation, if you want investment, you want trading, you want technical analysis like this guy, you can do that. Use cases, paying, international payments, saving, and being the real owner of your money. You can do it with this, and this is amazing that this is 10 years old. This is an economy that right now, yeah, price has gone down, $100 billion. It almost went out to $1 trillion, but all of you who are here, who are interested in these conferences, and awesome that you came to Mexico and you don't be biased like what people say about Acapulco and Mexico. Awesome that you're all here. But this is a very early technology still. This is a great opportunity. And I'm not telling you like put all your money in Bitcoin, no, but do research and do go into this technology. Do it in Bitcoin, do it in Monero, research what this technology is about. It's not only a great investment, but there are so many things around this technology that what do you want? Freedom, anarchy, investment, being the owner of your money, creating wealth, whatever. You can fit all of that into this technology. And there has never been something in the history of humanity like this technology that can give you that power, and also it makes people think about what really is money and what really is value. It's not a paper note, it's not a coin. For me, for example, money is the representation of your time, your life, in a value, what does that mean? If you work for me, I'm paying you to give me part of your life and your time, and that is a representation for me of money and value, because I need you to do something that probably I cannot do, and I pay you with this thing called peso or dollar value. For value, the other time, life. Life and time is the only thing that you cannot create out of nothing, and Bitcoin. So what is interesting is how it makes people think and question what really is money. You are born and you always see in your wallet a dollar bill or a Mexican peso, and you never question, why does this bill have value? Why? Because it's only a paper. It's a note. You have a system and you create the system, and it's a representation of value. But for me, technologies like Bitcoin are more valuable than, for example, a dollar note or a peso note. This is something that can make that representation and can make and create better financial systems, financial markets, money, information, and guess what? That's the point of the iceberg. You have like this guy Monero, and you have all these other technologies, you have all these others, and guess what? I mean, it's huge, it's great, it's money, it's like the creation of the internet, but this is even bigger because, yeah, money, everyone needs money in their life, everyone has an interaction with money or value at some time of their life, but then you find that this technology can also be used for other things, that it's not even money, that it's not even value, but you also have all these great applications, and it's so young. Like when I started my first company in 2013, it was only Bitcoin. There were like 10, 20 altcoins, some interesting that no longer are relevant, for example, Namecoin and Litecoin, that they had like different use cases and interesting. And you start to see like what you can do with this technology and what you can interact and how you integrate. And then you see like it's a huge opportunity. This is a very green and a very early, it's still very early, and there is no limit on what you can do and what create, your creativity and your innovation that you can create, and in this system, and it's an open system that anyone can contribute. Anyone can be a part of this, and anyone can make it grow, and anyone can develop that. That is something that, for example, in the industry that I used to be in stockbrokers and Wall Street, yeah, there's a lot of money. You make a lot of money, you have a good time, but only the persons that are directly involved inside the system can make something to make it better, or to create or innovate or to create these tools. And in Bitcoin, what's amazing is anyone can do it. And one of the best examples is Vitalik Buterin from Ethereum. He was a kid, 17, 18, and he created this system. Now this system is worth billions of dollars, and he wouldn't have been able to create all that value and all that innovation and all this system if he worked, for example, for IBM or Microsoft or Wall Street or whatever. He would be a clerk trying to innovate and looking for 20 years to get the trust and the confidence of the owners of the bank, and to see if he can propose something, and even when he proposes this, they have to think about it. And no, here, it's an open system that anyone can contribute, and everyone can contribute in creating a better system. And for me, at the end of the line also is creating a better world and a better life for every one of us. And anyone can be a contributor for this, and anyone can be a part of this. And for me, that is a great part, and that is something that I really love, and I'm really passionate. So I'm very happy that all of you are here in Acapulco, in the conference, and learn about this. When I learned about this, I couldn't sleep for months. I was very passionate, and I wasn't able to like think like something that great can be created, and each one of us has their motivations and each one of us has their interests. For me at the beginning, yes, it was speculation, trading, and investment. That's how I got in initially. But then when you go down the rabbit hole, you find that this is mind-blowing. This is like what you want. Financial system, registers, uncorrupted systems, monetary policy, economy. This, I don't know who Satoshi Nakamoto is, but whoever that person or that group of people, I think it's a group of people, they're the most genius persons in a group that have existed in financial markets and systems. And probably it wasn't their motivation. It was technology. It was encryption. It was sending money. It was creating value. It was creating money to the person. It was creating an alternative system. But they did it, and they did it great, and they did it awesome. And so last year was the first time that I spoke about another thing that was fraud, and originally this talk was about frauds. If anyone wants to talk about that, like I worked like for 5 years in intelligence and CSIS. I worked with FBI, DEA, and unfortunately I sent my boss to jail. He robbed like $10 million, stupid for doing that, but you also see that there are very brilliant people that can do bad stuff. And very brilliant people that can really twerk and can really bend the systems and can make it work for them. And it can be fraud and it can be crimes. But they're also very bright. He was a financial genius. 15 years stealing from the biggest bank in the world. It's not something easy to do. You have to be a very, very intelligent and bright person. But on the other side, you have people like me that are very curious. And that's, but I would like, well, from this conversation, if anyone wants to have any question, ask anything, if we can have, I don't know. Okay, sorry. Well, thank you very much for being here. This is awesome. Please research and look into this. This is a great opportunity. Don't feel bad that oh yeah, no, you're very early. There's still time. There's a lot of things to build. This thing is very, very little still. You're in a very good opportunity, and thank you very much. And let's all make this a better world and better systems. And thank you very much.
Anarchapulco, it's so hype, I'm trying to tell ya. This the event of the year and best vacation ever. Ron Potter, Jeffrey Tucker, just to name a few. Get your tickets, you don't wanna miss it. You should roll through, talking politics to health and self-improvement to investing. So many things, not one thing. Learn how to live life unchained, yeah. 4 days vibing on the beach, time to connect. All about growth, way more than a conference. This is Anarchapulco, yeah. Let's go.
You ain't seen nothing yet.